Welcome to Yappin About Young Justice, a podcast retrospective about the cartoon series Young Justice. Now, we started this podcast as we are hotly anticipating a Season 3 pickup from Netflix. And we decided to look back and commentate over episodes of Young Justice from the 2 seasons that they gave us. So without further ado, let's get started. My name is Holden.
And I'm Jackson.
And this is Yappin About Young Justice. Alright, guys. Let's go ahead and throw up your DVDs, your Blu-rays, and your Netflixes, your iTunes. Maybe Amazon Primes, your
VHS tapes.
VHS, Pirate Bay, or even turn it on TV. Maybe it's on. But we're watching episode 4 of Young Justice. What's the title of this episode, Jackson?
It's called Drop Zone.
All right.
That's right, because the Young Justices get dropped into the drop zone, and they have to take care of it.
All right. So I'm going to hit play in 3, 2, 1, play. You might have heard the click, too.
We got the Warner Brothers logo there. And it takes place in Santa Prisca. Now, is that a real place?
I have no idea, Jackson. I doubt it.
They could be making it up. Or maybe I have no idea anything about real geography.
So, obviously, they're speaking in a foreign language, as the subtitle suggests. It's Spanish. I watched this episode, so I already know what happens.
Okay, Spanish. Are you sure it's not like
That's
Portuguese Bane. Or something?
It's his foreign language.
Okay. We got Bane in here. Bane looks pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, he looks kind of Bane-like. He's got the Mexican mask on. He doesn't have any, like, freaking crab shit on his face or whatever.
Yeah.
And
this guy doesn't look cool, though. She has no eyebrows.
Who is he?
I don't know, some guy.
Okay. Whatever. But Bane, he's just regular buff. He's not Bane buff yet.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten his steroids on.
Okay. I remember this episode was one I didn't like. I think this is the episode that I stopped watching it when I watched it on my original run. So that doesn't bode well for this episode.
Yeah, because I watched the 3rd episode, and, you know, I enjoyed it a little bit more. But then I watched this one, and I was kind of like, oh, you know, here's Bane, and, you know, maybe it's going to, like, do something interesting. But then I was just like, okay, it's not that interesting. But like I said, Danny Trejo voices Bane. Oh. So for anybody that's
any of those Machete fans out there. I hate.
But again, we get the whole thing with the dude skin ripping up.
Yeah, I hate that. Why would your skin rip off your body? How would that be okay on a kid's cartoon? Mm-hmm. Some kids' cartoon, they're not allowed to say, like, I'll kill you. But they're allowed to show, like, somebody's skin ripping off their body.
Yeah.
I don't get it. They're so weird. All right, so Bane. So essentially, in this story, seems like they're trying to be like, hey, we're testing this new sort of Bane stuff.
Yeah, new Bane
stuff. But it makes your skin rip off your body, but it makes you way more stronger than Bane. Mm-hmm. We got Cobra there. Who's the girl with the no eyebrows? Did you see a comic book character?
I don't think she's anybody because I never said who it was.
Oh, okay.
And then they just punch her in the face at the end of the episode.
Nice. Good old
and it's Serpentor.
Yes, Serpentor.
Cobra.
Good old Cobra from the old Justice League cartoon. So there's some sort of illegal...
G.I. Joe.
What did I say?
You said Justice League.
So essentially, you know, there's some sort of illegal fighting ring on this Mexican island. So Young Justice have to take care of it. Drop zone.
No, they're making new Bane juice, and this Bane juice rips your skin up and everything like that. And the Justice League are like, you got to go in Black Ops style, recon. Just get some information, but then, as it always does, the whole thing goes up in a big cluster thing.
Clusterfuck.
Clusterfuck, yes.
So yeah, this is one thing that I kind of like about the show, which is like clearly the Young Justice are like a like Black Ops team for the Justice League, where they're like, this team of kids handle all the work that's too dirty for the Justice League to handle.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's an interesting, weird way to go for a show.
Yep.
We got our good old Batman here.
Good old Batman.
Austin Greenwood or whatever.
Yeah, Brian Austin Green. It's Bruce Greenwood who he voiced him in Batman Under the Red Hood.
Okay. He's an all right Batman.
Yep.
He's probably the.
I mean, I'd say outside of the Kevin Conroy, I'd say he's probably the best one, best voice.
No, I'd have to.
Outside of
I'd
Kevin
have
Conroy?
to throw what in there.
Who?
Rex Kwon-Do.
Oh yeah.
What's his name?
Dietrich Bader.
Dietrich Bader.
Okay, so outside of Dietrich Bader and
Kevin Conroy, he's number 3 cartoon voices.
Not a big fan of the guy that does the voice on the DC movies. I mean, his is fine, but it's nowhere as like, it's not as fun-loving or cool as Dietrich Bader's or as like commanding and cool like Kevin Conroy's.
Yeah. Who does it on the cartoon? It's the cartoon movies now.
Yeah, the animated movies.
Yeah, I'm not super into them. This is one thing I didn't like, though. Is like, why do they have to have like stealth suits?
Toys, man. They got us all those toys.
I know.
They can sell stealth version of Kid Flash, and he's black, and he's wearing black.
Yeah, they got him just for stealth version, and he can press a button and make his costume stealth-like.
I don't know.
It defeats the purpose of having stealth suits when Superboy's like, I'm not going to wear one. So you might as well nobody wear one then.
I mean, that's fine because it's one of those things. It's like you said, since they're doing Black Ops missions, they can wear like their tactical stealth suits, and that's. Okay.
And Robin doesn't have one either. It's just Kid Flash.
Yeah, Kid Flash. Well, because Kid Flash is wearing like yellow and red. And when you run around the jungle and you see just like a big giant.
Yeah, but he's so fast. Maybe you won't see him.
He's not as fast as the Flash, though. Aqualad's got one, though.
Yeah, he's got a stealth suit. Yeah, because Aqualad gets everything because he's so great.
Like I said, it's merchandising. That's why this show got canceled.
Yeah, because it wasn't selling enough merchandise.
Which I feel like which I think Netflix should be like, or at least some other show, or at least some other place would want to try to get this show because. They don't have to worry about selling toys. They just got to worry about ratings.
Yeah, it was a good show.
And as many people watch Young Justice, you'd imagine that they'd be like, oh, well, we can just get some people to come in and just do like, they don't have to do 20 episodes. They could just do like 10 or 13 of an animated show and then just be like, we don't have to worry about selling toys. We can just, worry about if people watch it.
Yeah, true that.
But we shall see if if anybody will pick it up. That's why we're doing this, isn't it, Jackson?
Yes. So make sure you get up on your Twitters and you tweet at Netflix to renew Young Justice.
Or anywhere else, Amazon, maybe even
Crackle.
Crackle, yeah. Crackle might do it. Crackle, they did that one movie with...
Joe Dirt.
They did Joe Dirt. And that movie had Christopher Walken in it.
Yep. So
a lot of movies have Christopher
Walken. They could get Christopher Walken to be in Young Justice
Yep.
Season 3 as Darkseid.
Yep.
I would watch it then. Oh, boy.
Young Justice.
Oh, beware my Omega beams. Beams. I'm looking for the anti-life equation.
There you get Superboy versus Bane.
Yep. Superboy versus Bane.
Kid Flash versus some thugs. Robin versus some goons.
Yep.
Yep.
Who do you think would win? Bane? Bane can't be stronger than like Superboy.
No, but I think Bane's a better fighter, though. I think that's kind of what happens in this episode is Bane's such a good fighter that he's able to beat Superboy.
Okay. I suppose I could buy
Put him in like an arm bar, freaking neck grab or whatever.
Yeah.
He's like
famous.
Yeah, the famous neck grab.
Arm bars and neck grabs. Yeah, he's got all those great Mexican wrestling moves.
Yeah.
Where he gets up on the top rope and then he does a flip.
Yeah, he does the flip on the stomach.
So many flips. All right, so they beat up all these Cobra guys.
They beat up Cobra and Bane's guys who were fighting. I guess Bane, kind of like, you're taking all my venom. I don't like that. And then Cobra's like, too bad, we're going to beat the shit out of you. And so there's a little bit of a fight breaking out. And
okay, so they're like a civil war within the villains on this island.
Yeah,
so it's going to make it easy pickings for these young
yeah.
justices.
A little bit.
For the team, as they're called.
The team?
The team. Yeah, because they don't have a name on the show. They're just the team.
Oh, they're not called Young Justice?
No, they never refer to themselves as Young Justice. They're always like...
Young Justice doesn't sound like a good name anyways. They're not like, we call ourselves Young Justice. And they're like, that doesn't sound like a net team.
Yeah.
It's not like Justice League or the Teen Titans or...
I feel like...
Defenders.
I don't know. I feel like that isn't like a team name that like a snappy like ad man would come up with. Like, they're like, hey, we're called the Young Justice League. And he's like, shorten it down to Young Justice and call me in the morning or whatever.
They're like, we could just shorten it now. Why do we have to wait till the morning for you to call you?
Yeah. So they don't have a team name. They're just the team is what they call themselves. Because they don't work with the Justice League in an official capacity. Cause
this was kind of a cool moment when she tried to read his mind. And Bane was just like, you'll never get in my mind. And she said, he's just repeating football scores in Spanish or whatever, and because he's just like, you'll never get in my mind. I'll, cloud my head with dumb football scores so you can't read my mind.
Be a good idea. So I suppose it'd be soccer.
Yeah, but he's Mexican, so he's like, it's football. Duh.
Yeah, so all the scores would be real low, like 3-4.
Yeah, he's just like 3-2, 2-3, 3-4.
Yeah.
8-2. Ooh.
8-2.
That was a good
got
game.
blown out. That was one of those years where like one of the soccer guys was sitting on the sidelines with a piece of paper that said 8 because they scored so many points in the game. All right, so he's leading them into some sort of forbidden mine.
Well, yeah, now at this point, since, like I said, Bane kind of doesn't like Cobra being on the island, he's going to help out the Young Justice team, get him into the base so that they can defeat Cobra. Cobra! So now they teamed up with Bane.
Okay, so Bane's on the team.
Yep.
Young Bane.
Bane's a young member.
It does look weird when Bane is all like skinny like that.
Yeah. Well, it's also kind of like Bane like gets real big and ripped, but then like once you cut it off, he like just like is like, oh, I'm back to the way I was.
Yeah,
it's never like. I mean, it doesn't make sense. You'd imagine that he does it once and he would stay big, or like he'd just like his balls would just shrink up because it's bad steroids.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, in the comic book, you don't really see him go, like, back and forth. You see him, he's usually starts out and he's, like, really big, and then he'll, like, pump it more and it'll get bigger. And then Batman will cut the thing, and then it'll be like, ooh, and
and
it'll
they'll turn
shrink
to a
down.
small, skinny man. And he's like,
But he doesn't usually, this is a different concept of him being like, hey, I'm going to save the Venom until I'm in a fight.
Yeah. Well, because this, I mean, which was an interesting concept, because he's like, Bane's like, which is more akin to what Bane was originally designed to be. I mean, he's a smart, kind of guy who's just kind of like, I use this venom because it makes me stronger, but like I don't really need it, because that's what kind of happened at the beginning. He was just gonna go in and fight that dude without his venom, and then they were like, here, use your venom too, and he was like, why would you give me this? They're like, we want you to be 100%.
And he's like, Sportsmaster.
First look at Sportsmaster, who's a recurring character on the show.
He plays a really huge role in the show later on. And they, I think they do a pretty good job. I think they do as best as you can to make Sportsmaster cool.
Yeah.
Cause
I mean, they did, though. I mean, it was one of those things where you were just like, oh my gosh, Sportsmaster is almost like
he's
Deathstroke.
Like Deathstroke. Yeah, I mean, for all intents and purposes on this show, he was Deathstroke. I wonder if maybe they used him because they couldn't use Deathstroke or something.
Well, they eventually do use Deathstroke.
Yeah, but maybe at first there was like some sort of thing where they're like, hey, we can't clear Deathstroke because he's going to be used in Arrow or something like that. or we might use him in whatever.
I think this was before Arrow, so Arrow wasn't even on yet.
Yeah, but maybe they were thinking about using it or something.
But no, I don't think so. Maybe it was just one of those things where kind of like remember Beware the Batman, where they were kind of like, well, we're not going to do the Joker or anything like that. Maybe they were kind of like, we want to use more lower tiered, Justice League villains. We'll use Bane, or either create our own, or use people like Cobra, and then like Sportsmaster, who we can turn into Deathstroke.
Yeah.
And then as the show progressed, then they got Black Manta, Deathstroke, Vandal Savage.
Yeah, and maybe it was somebody was kind of like, hey, I always liked Sportsmaster, and I thought that maybe if you turned him into more of like I throw javelins and shot puts and discuses and stuff, then you could make them cool. And I think they were all right.
I mean, they did a good job at it too, because even though Sportsmaster is really stupid of a character, it's like he's kind of cool in this. And like you said, he plays a bigger role, especially with one of the characters going forward.
Yeah, but we won't talk about that right now. Spoilers.
So this episode also deals with the fact that Robin's kind of like, I'm the leader of the team, and I'm going to do things on my way because I'm the leader. And then Kid Flash is like, I'm the leader, you're just stupid or whatever. And then that's why Robin's going after him now. He's not working with the team, allowing them to get, in trouble quite easily.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a main conflict of this episode.
I remember that, and I remember not liking it at the time. I think I like it now, knowing how the show ends up later on, because I was just like, come on, Robin is the leader of the, team whenever he's on the team, whenever Robin it is. Why are you going to take that away from him and give it to Aqualad, which they do at the end of this episode? And thinking of it now, the way that they do I think they earn it later on, where he does become the leader once he's ready. Yeah, I think they did the right thing, but probably not. The right thing to keep me as a fan at the time.
Yeah, at the time you're like, oh my gosh.
Because it does make sense that it's like, yeah, if he's working with Batman, Batman does work a certain way. He doesn't work well with others. And as a team, they're just like, all right,
You know what you need to do.
Yeah, you know what you need to do. You take out the henchman, I'll fight the main guy, or whatever.
Yeah. They work so well together that it's just like, okay, he doesn't even have to tell Robin what to do. Robin knows what he needs to do.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, as a team, he's got to be like, oh, I need you to do this and you to do that.
Yeah, so it does make sense that, that's not a skill that would come naturally to him working with Batman. So that was something good in this episode that I can recognize was good now. But as a fan, when I first watched it, I was like, butts. I love big butts and I cannot lie. Yep, I was total Sir Mix-a-Lot back then.
Plus, you're a big Dick Grayson fan.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Dick.
I'm a big fan of Dick Grayson, and I was, I always want to see him treated correctly in the TV show. So, and plus, as I said before, I wasn't a big fan of Aquaman, even though he's black. I like black people, but I thought he was kind of like the, Mary Sue type character in this show that was like, he's the coolest and he gets yellow hair and he gets to be the leader of the team and he's got cool water wands that hit
and electric powers.
Yeah, and he gets a stealth suit.
And he gets a stealth suit.
And he gets a stealth suit too. Oh, he gets a stealth suit.
So Bane's double-crossing them. He's injected himself with a bunch of venom, put a bunch of bombs all around.
Of course he would. Haven't they ever heard the parable of the scorpion and the fox or whatever?
Yeah, but Kid Flash stopped it.
Yeah. Haven't you ever heard the parable of Kid Flash and Superboy punching you in a friggin' mush?
And now he's dead because Superboy knocked his head off.
Yeah, he knocked his head off. Venom went spraying everywhere out of his neck.
I'm more Venom than I am Bane.
And he's gonna fight another skinless motherfucker. Thanks, Waterman.
With his mutton chops, his dumb mutton chops.
Yep, stupid mutton chops. What sport is laser shooting?
You know, laser sport shooting.
You know
the great
in this
Olympic
world,
sport.
like a laser tag is like a Olympic sport. Or maybe they're not real lasers.
Yeah, fake lasers that actually hurt Superboy.
Or maybe, he's got some issues. Maybe he thinks they're real or something.
He's like, these lasers. Or maybe they're just really bright.
Wait, he looks like one of the Prometheuses.
Yeah, that's because he is he's actually voiced by, whatchamacallit?
A Prometheus?
No, he's voiced by the Mummy, Arnold Vosloo.
The Mummy. That was a movie.
Yep.
And he electrocutes the water.
Yeah. Why didn't you just do that earlier?
Oh, it's like a bowcaster.
Yeah, it's a bowcaster and a laser. It's a laser bowcaster.
It's a laser bowcaster, just like Chewie has.
Yeah. See, so there you go.
Yeah, see, that's a sport. Chewbacca.
See, but you've actually planted a bomb. Oh,
Wait.
no.
So what if it killed him?
Yeah, you just killed Sport. Well, yeah, you didn't know how big the explosion was. What if it was just like, it wasn't C4, it was like napalm.
Yeah.
They just burned the whole thing down.
And what was somebody going to go up there and save him if he just crashed and died? What if he didn't have a parachute?
Well, that's his problem.
What if he was like, dang it, parachute's not a sport?
They believe the
I have
Batman
skis.
Begins rule, where it's like, I don't have to kill you, but I don't have to save you either.
Yeah.
But I'm going to put you in harm's way as well.
Yeah. All of this. All right, so Cobra is all alone. All of his Prometheus
And just like Cobra, he retreats like a little baby.
Yeah. I wish the retreating had been a bit more like,
like Cobra Commander.
lame, yeah. Where like he just retreated, he just walked backwards in the forest and was like, I'm gone, and it was real cool. I wish he was just like, retreat, and then like pressed a button and had like rocket boots and just.
Or even like if he did disappear into the jungle, and then like they opened up the tree, or the tree opened up, and it was like a little rocket ship, and he's like,
Yeah.
and it flew off into space.
Yeah, or they open up the tree and it shows him and he's hiding behind one of the trees like, you ain't gonna see me.
Can't see me behind this tree.
Oh, and this was one of those classic TV tropes where they're like, you destroyed all of this stuff and you did all this bad stuff and you failed this mission so bad. Good job.
Yep. Yep, we see that he recovered some of that venom. He's talking to the light.
Yep, the light. Well, with their funny shaped heads.
The guy from History Science Theater. And who's that? Is that Cousin It? I mean, he was just like a perfect.
Yeah, it's Grimace.
Round.
That was Grimace. This is
Big Bird.
It does look like Big Bird. Dun. Then we end to the theme.
There you have it. That's the fourth episode of
Yet another episode, and the next episode is going to be about Superboy and his relationship with Superman. So get ready for that.
Yeah, so we'll have to see if that one's any better. What do you rate this one? What was the rating you gave the last one? Wasn't it like 5 or something like
Yeah,
that?
I think I gave the last one 5. I will give this one, I guess I'll give this one 5 again. It wasn't as bad as I remember it. I think I just really didn't like the whole team leader thing that went on at the end. But yeah, at the time, it's serviceable. It's 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10. 50% an F, it fails. But,
What are you giving it?
whatever, I don't give ratings.
Yeah, thumbs up.
No, I don't give ratings. I'm just like, listen to what I thought. It wasn't very interesting, but it still had a couple cool moments that made me be like, oh, okay. Bane and, like you talked about the idea that, it makes sense why Robin wouldn't be the leader yet. And going forward, looking at the future episodes, I can see like, okay, this was an interesting plot device that they had and brought up and made make more sense. But yeah, I'm more excited for the other episodes. Hopefully the next is the next one when it gets better. Do you remember? Because you said it was like 5 or 6.
I don't remember this one, so I don't remember whether this one was good or not.
Well, I'll watch it.
It sounds pretty bad.
I'll have to watch it before we do the next one and see how it is. But yeah.
Yep.
Well, that was episode 4, Yapping About Young Justice. Let us know what you guys think down in the comments below. I've been Holden.
And I've been Jackson.
And have a good day. And keep yapping.